I never would have imagined that I would have to make an official part 4 to the copyright saga. Honestly, I did not expect part 4 to actually be a thing. You know, part 4, the regurgitation of the information that he has constantly been spreading all throughout the entire existence of it. The whole thing is stupid, to be honest. Why am I covering it? Because why not? I've covered it before at the very beginning when Stuart Hogan supposedly threatened him. Then he went on his birthday to fucking spread his information out saying I didn't do anything. The third time, which was the the funniest one in my opinion, but also the heaviest due to the fact that he was saying that, oh, I'm just a victim, stop harassing me. While 3.5 was him still painting himself as a victim, but it was answering a question, telling the person who asked that question to go fuck himself. So you already know that this is going to be a shit show.
I'm excited. Let's how do we begin today? How do you begin on a day like today?
You just start the day. You don't question it. You just go, okay, I'm going to do this, and you just do it. You just put like 1 to 2 little thoughts into it, and you're good. But that's not why we're here, Philip.
Here's what we will do, all right? I will tell you exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to start off with a public service announcement.
Yeah, from who? The cult of the Philip? I just imagine that. Here's a PSA. Okay, public service announcements, they have to be spread worldwide. It's only going to reach out to detractors as well as your own audience, or your fans as you were. But I love how he's about to cross his arms like he's an internet tough guy. It's like, yeah, my opinion's gonna stick like glue, motherfucker.
Okay? This is something that I feel like I need to do every once in a while because I do feel like, sadly, some people become maybe feeling a little bit too safe and complacent. And at the same time, things change from time to time. And sadly, I am one of the most crapped on, hated on content creators on the internet.
Well, Phil, there are other people that the internet tends to shit on. And it's not just you. Get rid of this mentality that the world revolves around you, because it clearly doesn't. But at the same time, I love how he said that, oh, everybody's getting too safe and complacent. Really, Phil? Do tell.
And so I feel like I need to bring this up every once in a while, okay? What am I talking about? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you are someone who likes my content, maybe you really enjoy the gameplay here on DSP Gaming, you like the streams and the interactive vibe that we have. Maybe you really like the Level 1 podcast and you come by every day and you hang out here and you chill with me.
No, the reason why I like your content somewhat ironically, Phil, it's because you entertain people, but for the wrong reasons. Anytime you become toxic, while the day before you're like, we're a positive community, or all just like get together, all happy, joy, then you immediately flip and go toxic on somebody. It's shit like that makes people want to come back to see what kind of stupid shit you'll do.
Maybe Jasper Kitty stretches and touches me because he's very cute. You want to come up here?
Also, I love how he's like, I don't like people who monetize their pet, but that's what he's trying to do as well. So it's stupid and hypocritical.
Here he comes. Maybe you're someone who's really been enjoying my new React style content over on DSP React since I launched the channel back in around mid-February.
Nope, incredibly boring. Can't say that I enjoy it very much.
Right? So that's all well and good, and I welcome you all. I thank you all for being a part of my content, and I'm happy that I'm doing something that's worthwhile to you, and you're getting some kind of positive reinforcement out of it in some way, okay? I'm very happy about this.
Yeah, you're happy about it, but if detractors have any of that, you don't like it, and you get upset. It's just a lie through the teeth.
And of course, those of you who support the content as well and go above and beyond, thank you so very much. All right? But I do feel like I need to, every once in a while, kind of give a word of warning, a public service announcement, so to speak. All right? I am very, very, very strongly trolled on the internet. And it's because of a movement over a decade ago called This Is How You Don't Play, where people found out that if they made fun of my gameplay, that it would go viral.
No, Phil, that's not the reason why you're trolled on. You're trolled on because of the actions that you have done over the years, starting at the very beginning. Sure, at the very beginning when you started YouTube, you were somewhat tolerable. But as years went on, your attitude and personality changed for the worse. As soon as you were making more and more money, you had this ego that you essentially, anyone else that was doing what I was doing aren't successful, but yet when people were more successful, you say that they're jealous of you because you started it, like starting Let's Plays and also reacting to food. You claim that you've done all this, but in reality, there were other people that did it before you, and you just don't recognize that. This is how you don't plays was because you were shitting on your own fans, and one fan had enough and decided to, in a word, expose you for being a terrible gamer. Was it successful? Yes. Yes, it was. But was it ever going to end? No. It's still going to keep going.
And since then, since people were essentially benefiting from those videos, it just escalated worse and worse. And first it was just making fun of gameplay. Then it was making fun of me and my mannerisms. Then it was making fun of me and my actual like shortcomings and medical conditions. Like, he snorts. Yeah, because I have postnasal drip. It's a medical condition I've had my whole life and I'll have till I die. Oh, let's make fun of him for it, right?
But here's the thing with that, Phil. Your postnasal drip, you will use that as an excuse to why you're acting disgusting on camera or anywhere else. But all of a sudden, I'm going to bring up side scrollers again. When you're on that interview, it's just turned off. You don't snort throughout the entirety of it. So is the post-nasal drip real, though? Not saying that you don't have it. You're more inclined to believe what you have. But what's real and what's not with you is beyond human comprehension.
And then it got even worse. Let's make fun of him for his personal life and things in his vlogs. Let's make fun of him. Let's talk about his family members. Let's go into his private life behind the scenes that has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with his content.
Okay, so first of all, I do condemn people that actually do attack his personal life, like Leanna, Kat, his family, essentially his ex-fiance's family. Yeah, that part I don't condone at all. Sure, I will poke a jab at his wife, though, but I'm not maliciously going after his wife, though. Same thing with his ex-girlfriend. Yeah, at the beginning, she was a bitch, but she got better. As soon as she left Phil, she became a much better person, and I think the reason why is because he was holding her down. As for his family, I don't really care about your family. Like, they can have a happy life with or without you, either or.
And it's just escalated worse and worse and worse over the years. All right. And at first, admittedly, I feel like I was one of the reasons why I got so bad because I reacted badly to things like This Is How You Don't Play.
Yes, that's the reason why. It's you. You were the one that made it worse. Not the detractors, not people that were more popular than you, not your old friends that you used to have that you burned the bridges for. It was you. But you failed to recognize that, and so you will project your hatred onto other people as well as deflect blame on your shitty gameplay or shitty mannerisms onto other people. It's very, very bad, and it's very sociopathic.
But over the years, it just got to the point where so many people realized they could personally benefit by just tearing me down and being completely toxic and nasty to me, while there were literally no repercussions. There was no way that I could stop them from being unfair and completely nasty to me. And there was an increasing group of very toxic imager viewers on YouTube who liked this kind of very over-the-top, dramatic, accentuated, exaggerated, conspiracy-style content, okay? It really shouldn't be allowed. It really should be categorized as defamation or slander or whatever you want to call it, but YouTube doesn't care unless someone sues, and I'm someone who's a small-time content creator. I'm not going to sue anyone for it, all right?
But here's the thing with that, Phil. You have done things about it. You've filed copyright strikes on other people. You've done it to most of the detractors out there, and you've given permission for someone to do it in your behalf. So you're going on and on and on about how you're innocent, but yet showing off the things on your birthday did not help. Instead, it kicked the hornet's nest, and you just set that fucker on fire because they came at you all fiery and pissed off at you. As for you being a small-time content creator, having 200,000 subscribers isn't necessarily small. Granted, compared to the people that may have millions upon millions, sure, I get that. Also, me benefiting off of you does nothing for me. What do I have to benefit from it? All I'm doing is just sitting right here in front of my monitor, in front of my microphone, pointing out every time you lie to your audience, and I want people to know that I don't hate you. I hate the shit that you're doing. But as for you saying that, oh, all the other people are gain like a personal benefit from it, you do the same thing. Whenever you do drama, whenever you bring up people who are dead and you profited off of it. It goes without saying, but misery is a business and people can profit off of it, no matter what kind of the drama or what kind of trauma people can experience.
So what ended up happening was, for the most part, I just ignore it. I've tried to improve myself over the years and become a better person and a better content creator. The feedback I get overall these days is that I've done that.
Not really, because there are some times where people don't like your content and you get mad and you ban them because you want to get rid of all the negativity that you inflict on yourself. Or you're the one behind the negativity, but you're trying to pull the wool over people's eyes and be like, I'm not doing any of that at all. I'm just a nice guy. But has some things improved with it? Personally, I don't think that you've changed mentally, because you still act immature as well as put blame on some other people. I mean, that just goes without saying, man.
I've separated myself from the old days of when I used to be a content toxic kind of person. I don't really do that kind of stuff anymore. Not to say there aren't moments of shortcoming or moments of rage, which people like to laugh at. But for the most part, when you come to one of my streams, we can have a good time, right? We can relax. We can enjoy each other's company. And the content that I put out, I try to completely ignore all the nonsense that's going on around there.
But you still bring it up, though. You'll still be the toxic asshole, but you'll still put the blame onto someone else. Someone like me. Which, in reality, I don't get why. It's because I'm a filthy detractor in your eyes and your fans' eyes, and you seem to think that I'm just going to come after you and attack you, your family. No, I don't do that. The whole detractor community does not attack you, like, personally. They'll go after what you've done on the internet, but they will never go after your family, your ex, and your wife, or even your cat for that matter. But you seem to think that we're just a mob that will just come and break into your house behind your gated community, so you have to get your hatchet. Like, come on.
But the thing is, these people don't give up. Again, this is a decade that they have found a way to prosper off of essentially being really disgusting to me. Okay? So when I ignore them, now they have to go out of their way to find other ways to try to drag me into their toxic crap. They make up entirely huge conspiracy theory stories about me and things like that, which I don't talk about or entertain on my streams because they're not true and I don't bother with them.
But you have entertained it, though. When Snort Hogan came after you saying that, hey, you make claims on my video, take them down, you hammed it up saying that you're being threatened by him, saying that he's going to come after you and get 6 other people to flag your channel, which never happened. Then the very next day, on your own birthday, you pulled up not even your archives, you just pulled up the recent ones, the takedowns that you've made personally. But I did give you some slack, though, because one of the channels that you flagged took your content and just uploaded it to their own channel, no editing or nothing. But then again, we don't know what that content was because it's taken down because you got that channel taken down. But at the same time, all this time you're saying that, oh, it wasn't me doing it, but you kind of exposed the fact that you did do it. And then the very next day on your own birthday stream, the day after your own birthday, you painted yourself as a victim, saying that, oh, I did everything, guys. I talked to YouTube, even though it was a bot, and you just went off from there. That's why I said the shit that I said in my video about you. Not to be malicious and not to be mean to you, but I was trying to give you a reality check, a wake-up call.
Okay? So then they go out of their way to try other stuff. And what ends up happening is these people go crazy in circles and they even start attacking each other. I mean, recently, what's actually started happening is I guess they've started copyright striking each other.
That is bullshit, because they never go after their own content. Sure, we could poke fun at each other and just essentially call each other names. Like, what's up, douchebag? What's up, motherfucker? Like, do things like that. Or we can criticize other people's content. That's what we've done. And guess what? It helps us improve as content creators ourselves. But at the same time, you seem to paint this narrative that, oh guys, it's not me that took the videos out or told someone else to do it. No. It's just the detractors. They're impersonating me and they're flagging and copyright striking other people's channels. Phil, you really seem to twist scenes around way too much to make it benefit you, but your body language and everything else says differently about it.
Impersonating me, using my information that they doxed years ago. things like my name, my address, my phone number, things that should not be public record on the internet, but they found and they posted all over the internet. So they're using that information to issue false copyright strikes against each other and tear each other down. Yet then they blame me for it. All right?
Because it was you. You're the one that told someone to take the channels down. You're the one that did it yourself. It's not detractors doing all this shit because we don't believe in taking down other people's content for the sake of, lol, let's start drama for the sake of starting drama. Phil, that's what you're doing right now when you're doing this PSA, is just unintentionally creating drama for your own channel, and that's not good. Like I said, and the commenter said in the last part I made about you, you're just adding fuel to a never-ending fire. This time it's not Everclear, you're pouring napalm all over it.
So a few weeks ago, on my actual birthday, when I should have been relaxing and having a good time with my wife, I spent time talking to YouTube chat, trying to let them understand that this isn't me. They ignored me and wouldn't even believe that it was an issue and saying that it wasn't true.
The reason why you were quote-unquote ignored is because you were talking to a bot. May could not help you because that person was a bot. The only way to actually get somewhere is if you email them, and they'll respond back to you, and they can contact you in other ways. But you didn't do that, though, like you said that you would. So don't say that I did everything I could when you just half-assed it like you always do.
I then went ahead and proved my innocence by showing you guys my copyright claim history, showing that I didn't do any of these false claims. They're bullshit. I know they're not. I've never supported these kind of claims ever in the history of me being a content creator. I don't want people being claimed falsely on YouTube for things that are fair use.
But that's the thing, though. You'll say that now that it's fair use, but back in the day, you said that this was theft and that they're stealing your content and that they're breaking the law. Also, you didn't show off everything because A, you didn't show off archives, B, you didn't show off your other channels, and C, you didn't show off the email that Snor Hogan sent you because you wanted to paint this victim mentality on you again. And also, I could tell that you are lying here is because your body movement and also you shifting of the eyes, it's giving you away.
I proved my innocence. They don't care. These people, again, who are so toxic to me, if I am in the right, that doesn't help their narrative or their agenda.
Here's the thing, though, Phil. If you say something that is correct, I will point it out. Throughout the entirety of your existence on the internet, you have said some things that I agreed with. Some jokes that I have laughed at because they were legit good jokes. But you saying that I don't care that you're quote-unquote in the right, when in reality, the only reason why I'm caring is because you're going after people that did not deserve to be taken down.
Their agenda is that I'm always a bad person, so they have something to talk about, you see?
But you paint yourself as a bad person, not the detractors. Fuel, fire, you get the idea.
Why am I bringing this up today? Because essentially what's happened is they've tried everything they could. They harassed me for years and years. Now they're attacking each other for some unknown reason. Who knows why? I don't know because I'm not involved. And now they want to try to drag me into that, and that's not working. Okay, I told them, I'm not part of your crap anymore. I laid down the law 3 weeks ago. I said, I tried to help you, and all you've done is be more and more toxic to me. I showed you the evidence it's not me, and you don't believe it, so I'm not going to bother anymore.
That's not what you said. You said that, oh, don't ask for anything ever again because I'll give you nothing, and essentially go fuck yourself. That's essentially what you did. And then you try to paint it off like, oh no, I was right. I did everything I could, but you fuckers are ungrateful. When in reality, you're the one that's very ungrateful and will try to paint yourself in a negative light so that people can feel sorry for you and give you money, memberships, super chats, whatever means of making money. So it's not us, it's you.
Deal with this on your own account. Go sue whoever you need to sue at YouTube or whatever to say their copyright system is broken, but it's not me. Leave me alone.
But that's the thing, though, Phil. You'll bring it up eventually, and you will never drop it. Even if we, detractors, drop it, you won't, because you'll find a way to bring it back up again. Also, I could just imagine now you're wearing that fucking fedora now and holding up a little tumbler glass of gin, petting your cat like you're a mob boss now. I don't know why. I think that's fucking hilarious right now.
So after doing all of that, what's now happened is that they escalated it again. Oh, well, what else can we do? Well, now let's try to hurt Phil this way, that way, this way, that way. And the thing is, I don't sit here on my streams and talk about it. Why? Because when you entertain troll activity, you just give them the attention they want. Okay?
But here's the thing, though, Phil. Us detractors are not obsessed with you like you think that we are. Sure, I can make a bunch of videos on you, but I'm not laying at my bed at night thinking about how I can get you next, what videos I can talk about you next. Instead, I do the same thing like everyone else does, every other detractor does. We get up, we go to work, we make our own money, we spend time with other people, maybe even have time with our own wives, girlfriends, whatever. We have personal lives, Phil, but you seem to think that we're just basement dwellers that just sit on the internet trying to find new ways to make fun of you. When in reality, you're the guy that's holed up in his own office, paranoid about trying to survive on $15 worth of tips. It scares you.
It's very true. If I bring up all the things that people have done to me over the years to mess with me and my family, all it would do is make them feel empowered, and they would want to do more of it. You see? So
I would still make videos of you, but I would not feel empowered. I don't feel empowered right now. I feel like I'm just sitting here like a therapist holding a cigarette while writing down your own problems or delusions of grandeur and delusions of trouble that you're projecting. That's how I'm feeling right now.
Instead of that, I just ignore it and I haven't mentioned any of it. All right? But the reason
I hadn't mentioned any of it, your birthday, day after, when someone asked you that question and you said, oh no, I shouldn't be afraid to answer a question. No, I should do that right now. Oh, by the way, the person that asked that question, go fuck yourself.
The reason I'm bringing it up today is because now what they do is they escalate it to the next level. Oh, well, we've tried everything we can against Phil and nothing has happened, right? If you haven't noticed, I'm still here every day. I'm bringing you positive streams. We're having fun gameplay.
That is very debatable on both ends, but continue.
People are supporting everything. It's all good. And they can't stand it. So what do they?
I don't care if you're having a good life or a bad life because I'm more focused on what's going on in my life. Like I said before, we're not basement dwellers. We're human beings just like yourself. Cut us open, we bleed the same. We breathe the same air as you, touch the same grass at you, or as you, excuse me, and we have mundane tasks like you do. The only difference between me and you is that I don't go on the internet and say, oh, I went shopping today, guys. I got stuff for the store, and I got some food, but you think that that's amazing and worth talking about. It really isn't.
They now go after the viewers.
Here's the thing with that, Phil, and I've said this publicly. They can like you, they can be subscribed to you, they can give you money. I do not care. They can like whatever they like, and I can like whatever I like and do whatever I like. Because I don't believe that your fans should be attacked for it. Except there is one that we would go after or people make fun of, and that's Derek, due to the fact that he's very disturbing. But yet you will defend him for no reason at all. Even though if they give you evidence of what he's doing, you just sit there and just go, let him do what he wants. He's fine. He's not bothering anybody. Meanwhile, porn stars are being constantly tagged by him, and their own managers or management companies are telling him to cease and desist, but he'll still keep going. Also, his YouTube channel, what he has as his playlists, don't really help his case very much.
And that's what I need to talk to you about today. This is a public service announcement to tell my viewership, and I'm talking to literally everyone who watches my content out there in any kind of a positive way. You got to be careful. On the internet, you absolutely have to be careful with the information you put out and the things that are out there, all right? This means if you are someone on the internet who's going to actively watch a content creator, you should not be using your real name. You should be making an account that's an alternate or an alias or something that's completely fabricated. You should not have an account that's linked to real-life social media accounts on places like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. None of that should be in line, because if it is, let's say someone doesn't like you for some odd reason. Like, for example, you're watching a content creator and supporting a content creator that they don't like. Well, now they can actively go after you and try to harass you. And the more real-life information is tied to your online presence, the more ammo they now have to try to harass you. And I know this sounds really stupid, because you might say, wait a minute. They're going to try to go after Phil by attacking viewers. How does that hurt Phil? And here's the truthful answer. It doesn't.
Here's the thing with that, though. Like, granted, he is giving some good advice of making an alternate account that's not real information, but at the same time, I'm taking that right back, because anytime you donate to him on PayPal, he has your information. He has your name, your address, your phone number, and your email account, and he can use that to his own advantage. Another example is whenever he banned somebody because he thought it was a troll account, and the guy actually came to him in his own Discord saying, hey, you banned me, that was my account, and he didn't believe him. It's like, okay, give me your driver's license so I can believe you. And the guy did, and he shared that information in his own Discord. Didn't even edit it out. And yet, he wants to go out and say, oh, all the detractors will have your information. They'll dox you. Phil, I have no time for that. I have a job just like everyone else does. But you don't have a job. You just sit on your ass playing video games all day.
It never has, and it never will. My viewership is my viewership. You come by, you watch, great. You decide not to watch anymore, great, that's your choice, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, you tell people to leave. Why aren't you liking my stream? Oh, you don't like me? Get the fuck out of here. Why aren't you giving me money? Get the fuck out of here. Why aren't you supporting me, guys? You've done this.
People come and go all the time. People come and support the stream. Then they decide, well, I can't do it right now, or I've moved on from the content. I'm not excited for it anymore. And then, this is a natural thing. I've been on YouTube for 15 years. I'm incredibly grateful for any viewers who've been with me along for the ride and anyone who's a newcomer who jumps in at any time. But at the same time, I understand that the nature of the beast is that it's a revolving door. And people come in and out all the time. There's people who are regulars and then they disappear.
But here's the thing with that, though, Phil. Even though what you're saying is true, you don't seem to understand that when people are staying around and trying to watch you, you would still get mad saying that you deserve to have more money, that you deserve to stick around for playing a shitty game. Street Fighter 6, when you bitched and complained about the bubbles. You made them feel terrible, and because they made you mad, they felt the only way to apologize is to give you money. It's very manipulative. That's why people say that you're a gaslighter for shit like that.
It's sad, but that's what happens, right? So the reason I'm bringing this up is I know for a fact there is some active efforts to try to harass my viewership. People out there who sadly have used their real names, their real information, and or people have found out their real information and they're trying to harass them online. I apologize for that. Obviously, I have absolutely nothing to do with it, and I wish that it wouldn't happen. It's the most toxic, negative of people on this planet who do stuff like that. You have to understand something. They're not like you and me. These are not people who are normal. People who are normal don't waste their time trying to make other people miserable all day.
But here's the thing with that, though, Phil. You do that. You make people feel miserable when they don't give you money or don't support you. But if people don't like my content, I'm not going to bash and bastardize them because they don't like my content. Because I've learned that throughout the years, people will say shit about you and you could just brush it off, but you don't. But now you're saying that, oh, my fans are being attacked. Oh, even though it doesn't matter, they're viewers, but, oh, I'm so sorry that you're being attacked by these people, even though I have your information when you donate to my PayPal. Yeah, I'm so sorry that the detractors are doing that. They're subhuman. They're not real people. They're just assholes. Look in the fucking mirror and then tell me who's the real asshole.
They don't. Why do you think these people who have been making this toxic content about me for all these years are not well-adjusted, normal, happy people like us?
No, Phil. When you say like us, because you don't know what your viewers are going through. They might be going the most shittiest of times. They might be experiencing death in the family. They might be experiencing money troubles of their own. You don't care unless you benefit. Me, I have a great life. I have a girlfriend that loves me. I have a job that I can actually say is a great place to work. And I have a good, happy life with my family. You don't, but you want to project your own malicious mentality onto other people and try to put it on the detractor community. We're doing nothing wrong to you. We're just reacting to this reality show called DSP Gaming, DSP Reacts. That's all this is. It's just like a Netflix drama that we come back and watch to see what's going to happen in the next episode.
We want to do positive things with our lives. We enjoy spending time with family and friends. We enjoy doing positive activities and content. We don't want to bring down others in order to get a laugh, and we don't want to degrade other people around us to make ourselves feel better, because we don't have to do that. We have positivity in our lives. People who focus on that kind of negative activity are absolutely not well adjusted up here, and that's why they act like that.
In case in point, he's calling people mentally ill yet again. You're saying that you're positive, but all you're doing is spewing negativity. For someone that's positive, You're just spewing it over and over and over again. Even though the definition of insanity could be doing the same thing over and over for a different result, and yes, that could be a Far Cry 3 quote, but it's also used in Narcotics Anonymous as well as a misquoted Albert Einstein quote. At the same time, though, you're expecting that people will believe you on this. People that have seen you for a long time do not believe you. Because every time you say that this is a positive stream, they could pull up a video right then and there of you being negative within an instant. And you seem to think that, oh, they're just making shit up again. Phil, it's coming from you. What else do I have to say to get you to believe that?
And that's why we all got to be careful. Because these kind of people, you never know what they're going to do, and you don't know how they're going to act, or they don't have a moral compass. That's why they harass people who are completely unrelated to anything. You understand?
You do the same thing, Phil. You harass other people. Why do you think you're not on Twitch anymore?
It just doesn't seem to make any sense that they would do these things. How does this negatively affect Phil? It doesn't.
Yet you're talking about it right now. You say that you don't talk about detractors and this doesn't negatively affect you, but anytime you don't make enough money on your streams, you become a pissy boy. You get mad at everyone else. You bring up detractors for it. You try to bring up other people that have brought you down, even though they've given you a fair chance. You're just making it worse by proclaiming your innocence, but your body language and your face gels jiggling, your eyes shifting is giving you away.
It doesn't affect me at all. I only find out about it because people tell me about it through third-party means. Like, I'm not affected by it at all, and then someone will tell me, oh, this is going on, just so you know. I just got wind of it. Overnight, that there is now a concerted effort from these people who are so upset because they've torn themselves down with false copyright strikes, okay? Which is ridiculous that they would even do that. They're abusing their own copyright system. You know, it's the dumbest thing. And now they're so upset at me, even though I have nothing to do with it, that now they're going to, like, lash out at others and try to take down anything they can. It's pretty messed up, the way that they're behaving, okay?
Still living that delusion. That's all you're doing right now is having a delusional take of why these detractors' channels are being taken down. It's not normal to constantly create a story, a fabrication, so that people can believe that what you're saying is true. Why do you think people are calling it the pignosis?
Okay. So, yeah, if you're a viewer of mine, please do your due diligence and do what you can to be protective of yourself and your online identity. And if that means, listen, be careful about strangers who you invite into private conversations and what you say and things like that, because you don't know what little information they can take that they can basically do or use to do something negative towards you or your family or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, that's not what you're saying, though, because if you get money from people on PayPal, you still have their information. If I went to a DSP fan right now and had a conversation with them, I want to know why they like you. I just want to sit down and have just a civil conversation with them. I want to know why they like you, and I want them to know why I have a disdain towards you. Not a hatred, but a dislike. There's a major difference with that. Nothing malicious. I do not believe that other people should be affected by it. Same thing with you. I do not believe that you should have your personal information leaked as well as you being swatted or doxxed. I do not believe that that is good at all. I will agree with that. But you're not practicing what you preach on your own.
So please understand that I'm trying to be helpful. I'm not trying to scare anyone.
Yes, you are. That's what you're doing right now. You're using scare tactics so that people can feel more secure with you, as well as, oh no, what if I'm attacked by these detractors? Oh no.
All right, I'm not. I don't want you to feel like, oh my God, the internet is a scary place and no one should ever use it. It's quite the opposite. The internet can be a very positive, fun, productive, and meaningful place as long as you're careful. And that's what I think a lot of people have forgotten in the modern day. In the last 5 years, a lot of people, oh, I'll just post up everything everywhere and I'm good. No, you can't do that because now you end up with all this risk, okay?
Some people can do that if they want people to know more about themselves or they're trying to share it off with their friends and family. Yet I will agree, though, that you have to be careful with it because you're taking a risk with it. But at the same time, you don't know how people operate on the internet / you don't know how people use the internet or what they use the internet for. It's all different from person to person. You use it to create a toxic environment while saying that it's a positive environment, while the detractors are just using it to point out your own bullshit, but you seem to spin it around as that we're attacking you, we're coming after your family and friends, and we're also going after your fans, when in reality, that's not the case.
So I strongly recommend that everyone out there be safe and be careful, all right? Especially with, if you're a viewer on this channel, you know, sadly, there are forces at work behind the scenes, very negative people who, even though they aren't really doing much to me, they will do whatever they can to hurt whoever they can because they're upset. They're upset that for many, many years, all right, they've been on the internet and had this negative, toxic influence, and they got popularity and they made money doing all these things. And now all of a sudden, because they're attacking each other, breaking the law to hurt each other, they now are upset that they don't have free reign to do it anymore, and they don't know what to do.
Phil, I'm just going to stop the video right now because all this is just you repeating yourself over and over and over with the same delusions that you're spewing out to your fans, essentially. The way that Phil just tries to paint himself more like a victim, as well as him trying to put the blame of what he did onto the people that were quote-unquote attacking him, it's really sad. Because he seems to think that this whole pignosis that he's putting onto his viewer base is intelligent. That it's a great way for him to dodge a bullet whenever shit will go down for him in the future. Would that happen? It's unpredictable. Time will tell. But for anyone out there, yes, he is saying correct things about it, is that be careful on the internet because it's a big gamble. You don't want to lose your information and you don't want anything bad to happen to you. As I mentioned before, any fan of Phil's is more than welcome to come to my channel and tell me why you like Phil, because unlike him, I can take any criticism that you give me and not ban you for it. So keep that in mind the next time that you're listening to Phil and he's saying that I'm just a filthy detractor that likes to make people miserable. Because the expectations of me being a terrible person will definitely change as soon as you talk to me. Because then you'll see that we're not miserable sacks of shit like he claims that we are.